Thank you for joining me for a new moon in Sagittarius collective energy reading for the month of December 2024. What does this month have in store for us? I will also be doing December readings for each and every sign exclusive to Patreon. This is more so like a energy report for the new moon today, as well as looking into potentially what December has in store. So some details on the astrology. The new moon will be exact in the wee hours of the morning on the 1st, about 1:20 a.m. from where I am in New York on the 1st, and it's at 9 degrees of Sagittarius. The moon's ruler, Jupiter, is retrograde in Gemini. Mercury is retrograde in Sagittarius too. Jupiter, yes, Uranus, retrograde. Mars is about to be retrograde, and the North Node is retrograde now too. As I was meditating, what came through for me as a message was the return of something. Something that had been unseen for a while, something that, you weren't familiar with, you stopped remembering, you stopped paying attention to. A person could be coming back, a dream, a vision, an idea. Something that had been gone for a while is now making its return this December, with a portal opening or a sort of grand entrance potentially around the 1st of December, or now as you see this reading. So the idea I had then was make ritual around this, witness this return, welcome back with open arms what is coming back around to you, because there's something about it either needing to be, well, let's think of retrograde kind of words, repaired, reimagined, revisited, noticed again, or seen and appreciated. There's something important about the return of what comes back around for you this December. But let's see what comes through on the tarot for the new moon in Sagittarius. For a lot of you, I feel like I'm getting like High Priestess vibes now. For a lot of you, the idea of something very sacred is returning, and there is actually a return to your intuition and innate knowing around something. I don't know where, oh, you could not make this up. Oh, when you're good, you're good. I'm sorry, but that is pretty slick. The High Priestess just literally came into my mind's eye as I said that, and here she is. Yes, make ritual around this. This return is sacred. Something about what's coming back into your world at this time is not to be ignored. And I think with the High Priestess, I'm like grinning now so much. I'm so happy that this happened. You couldn't make it up. The High Priestess has come through with a really important message, and I'm actually going to clear that card up a little further. What else do we have? The Ace of Pentacles, opportunity, an offering, something kind of lucky, or just something that you want to take. Okay, so December's looking pretty nice, and the 8 of Cups. If that had to come up in reverse, that would have been even more clarification that December is a month of a return to something, or a return of something into your world. But the 8 of Cups, like the imagery describes here, is actually usually more about a departure or a moving on from something. Perhaps we have made some space in our world to welcome back, and at the same time, in order for that to have roots or to find its way into a optimal timeline, we need to also have some sort of a departure from something else. That's usually the way it kind of goes. Anyway, I'm so chuffed to see that the High Priestess came through here. So what I was thinking about with the High Priestess was that it's something very sacred is returning to you at the moment, something that you really want to witness and cherish and understand. There's something that now this time you really want to know and really get a deep sense of like a real feel for this time, really honoring it, and potentially even seeing something in a different way. Maybe you're seeing this person, place, thing that is returning, this idea or passion or dream. Maybe you're seeing it in a way that you really know how precious it is now, how sacred it is, how important this is. In December, there could be quite a big revelation, and the High Priestess can speak to secrets being revealed, but not in a sort of malevolent sort of way or deceptive way. Secrets, yeah, it doesn't always, that word doesn't have the best connotations, really, does it? But hidden, right? Like the scroll is folded up here, rolled up. Hidden elements are revealed to you, and for a lot of us, I think that's going to be very welcome, because it brings things into clarity, it brings into perspective whatever needs to be. And from that position or that vantage point then of having the information necessary, the Eight of Pentacles emerges. The Ace of Pentacles rather. Well, it's a possibility. It's a new venture. It's a new vista for you. Think of this archway. Do we have an archway? We have kind of like these almost like portal energies, right? Like here we go. Here's a portal. Between the pillars here, another portal. Okay, so there is this aligned pathway that is opening in December, and it involves the return of something into your world. Similarly, as you make space and welcome this back, you are also being encouraged to leave what's not working behind, anything that's unfinished, and like you just can't find the energy, the motivation to get back to this or to pour into it anymore. That's probably okay, and potentially even enough has been done for this to be presentable, to be workable. Like maybe you're kind of like, you might have some emotional attachment to something that is finished, and you keep thinking like, oh, I just need to add another final touch, I just need to perfect, to sort of enhance a little bit more. I would say quite likely, like, leave it as it is now, and roll with how it is, because it seems to be not only just like good enough, it seems to reflect something very authentic or truthful, or sort of like, it's not overly edited. It's I'm seeing like it's not like this kind of chat GPT version of something. Like you can still see some of your imperfection in this, and that's actually what makes it appealing. Okay, I'm gonna pull a couple more cards here. This is just really interesting to me. The High Priestess. This is a wonderful new moon energy then, and it won't be just on the first. The second will be great too. The third will be great as well. To do a ritual around your I guess like your vision, your dreams, anything you want to really expand. Let's just do that. I'm seeing Wheel of Fortune now. Will I be twice lucky? But like, yeah, anything that you want to really like Jupiter, Sagittarius sort of vibe, expand upon. Make a ritual around that. The Queen of Pentacles, I'll take it. The Queen of Pentacles is very abundant and very growth oriented. It's earth energy, and it's the cultivation of number 3, being a queen, more, and fertility and wellness and wholeness, something kind of like completing now. Okay, so if there's anything that has returned for you, and even, I mean, I'm kind of really like latched on to that return signature, but if there's anything that like you have welcomed in recently, whether or not it's welcoming back, I think pouring yourself into this, it doesn't seem like a brand new something brand new. It sort of seems like something that you had thought of before, or even been experiencing before, or had as part of your life before. Now that that has space to ground again and take up space for you, it seems like a ritual would be just a really intentional way to make this part of your reality, to honor it, to see it, to affirm it, basically. And just could be just really, this is very like feminine energy, very intuitive, and very heavy on the receiving and magneticism. And like, you know, just doing something very simple and affirming is, I think it's got a very magnetizing and maximum effect at the moment. So doing less somehow sets the scene for achieving more or attracting more during this new moon, and indeed the month of December. The month of December looks good for wellness and wholeness and spirituality and divine feminine energy, really. This also looks like a great month for business opportunities and money making, and any sort of improvements you are doing in your domestic world. As I said that, I just kind of opened the deck on the Four of Wands, which is a great card to see for a harmonious living situation, aesthetically pleasing, good balance and feng shui, as well as the emotional harmony being very finessed and refined and polished, because you are so at peace with yourself this month. It's really beautiful to see. Let's clear up the Ace of Pentacles and see what's coming in terms of opportunity and possibility for us this month. Again, I think that this can be linked to the ritual that you are invited to take part in. Three of Cups, well, that's great because Queen is 3 as well, and 3 is a number, like I said, of fertility, growth, and abundance. This also suggests, though, that these portals, these pathways that are opening for you may not just be one new opportunity or another one option. It could be many, it could be unlimited in a sense, and it does seem like one opportunity leads to another this month and this current time that you're in. The Three of Cups, these kind of opportunities could look like just having fun, having a good time, connecting with people that you feel emotionally uplifted by. This does have that very like divine feminine quality of being a confident person that builds others up, that supports others, and you're just in really good spirits this month, and you're also like with good spirits, if you know what I mean. Opening up to ancestors, opening up to guides. That's a really benevolent force around you at the moment. People want to see you succeed. It's important that you want yourself to succeed, of course, as well, but it's also important that, you know, you're acting in good faith. I think that these cards are confirming that you are, and that this is kind of like a harvest or reward time for you. Most mundanely, it is a festive season, you know, winter solstice, Christmas if you celebrate, time of harvest, you know, it's the day after Thanksgiving as I record, and I mean, a holiday that's like everything else has been adapted to our not so much like a mainstream pagan society. But the harvest, what's popping out there? The devil. Yeah, exactly. Things have shifted towards capitalism. Okay, yeah, I will mention that for sure. But that is just part of this matrix reality that we're taking part in, right? In this incarnation, we're here to be human and here to experience life as a human. Now, the Three of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, friendly, not so friendly reminder from the devil, to honor, maybe to honor what these holidays and celebrations and feasts and harvests really came about from. Where did they, what is the origin story, and why is it important to give thanks or to sort of, I don't know, I guess just like remember. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that at the start, but when I was meditating and the High Priestess card came into my mind, it was something about like remembering what's sacred. Yeah, so there is something important right now about remembering the sacred, the origin story, something about ancestors, you know, offerings and gifts that have come from ancestors. And you know what, if you know, your prayers would be really beneficial at this time to pray for others, but to just listen out. Okay, but yeah, the harvest, this is just seems to be like a harvest time in your world where a lot of bounty and rewards and the fruits of your labor are being seen. So just remembering to stay very grateful anyway. So the Eight of Cups, this is representing then some sort of a departure, or intuitively I felt it was saying, leave that as it is now. The Two of Wands. The Devil is here again at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Beware of overconsumption, right? This is also a time of the year for overindulgence, but like heavy consumerism, and I don't know, it might just be good to balance your scales by, I don't know, making a charity store run in the lead up to buying a lot of stuff. It's always just about like making a little bit of space for what's coming in, and we can apply that to any area of our life and we can find balance. Balance is good. Okay, the Eight of Cups and the Two of Wands. In order to take the next step in this commitment, in this agreement, in this contract or negotiation, you've just got to let something be as it is right now. Sometimes, I think this card in the Thoth deck is called the Lord of Abandoned Success, or the Lord of Abandoned Success. In other words, meaning like something isn't perfect or something isn't right, and fuck it, throw it in the garbage. There's something about this time of the year in particular, like can be a lot of waste, and there can be a lot of like, it comes down to, again, I guess, this devil energy where we can like, you know, be wasteful or overly concerned with material. What was I saying there? Yeah, I don't get that abandoned success motif so much. What I get from that is just like, you're not throwing it in the trash. You're leaving it as it is and taking it for what it is, without and proposing it like that, or sending out the offering as it is, and just kind of in acceptance, I think. Detachment has negative connotations because it can kind of seem like aloof, but with all this like divine feminine or kind of like yin energetics coming through, it does seem to me that like detaching from outcomes and having trust in the bounty and reward that's coming through is also going to open floodgates, open aligned paths and doorways for you more and more as well. So trust and surrender rather than abandonment and throwing out, giving up kind of thing. Anyway, I'll leave it there because I'm kind of rambling now and losing my train of thought. But thank you so much for joining. Have a really good December. I'll see you here during the month for the... Oh no. Okay, literally perfect example of, instead of, this would be so easy to sew. There's a snag in my sweater. I don't need to get a new black sweater. I will just sew this up. Oh, I won't, but somebody will for me. Okay, on that note, I will leave you with that, and I will remind you that I'll be showing up here throughout the month to release the December check-ins for each of your sign, each person here sign. Bye. It's the day after Thanksgiving. I'm so tired. It's like having a baby on a holiday. I'm like, oh, this is just not the same, because like naps are off, and you know, you're like trying to have fun, and you're like, but then I have a baby, so it's just different. Anyways, early night tonight, guys. enjoy your December.